Okay, hello everyone, this is Square Triangle Mouse, and I wanted to do a very short video trying to show you everything that doesn't work right now in the diplomacy system of Civilization 6. There have been a lot of complaints, and I have to say I agree with most players. I think right now it really doesn't work. And I'm going to use my last game as an example. This is a DD game with Congo on a shuffle map, I think it was. I won a cultural victory here. So I was trying to play a peaceful game. This is an early save. So in the very early game, way before turn 67, China and India, they both attacked me, joined war against me, which I didn't like because I wanted to be peaceful with these guys. I wanted to be peaceful in general. I thought maybe only one war in this game because I was going for a cultural victory, and I quickly realized that England had invaded Jakarta, so I thought, they might be getting strong, and maybe liberating Jakarta will be a good idea because it's a city-state that gives you bonus to commercial hubs, so that's always good. So I wanted to maybe eventually later go to war against England, but I wanted to neutralize all the other borders. So when China and India attacked me together, I just killed all the attacking units, and that was it. I didn't do anything else. I didn't invade anyone. Got some money in the peace treaty, and that was it. And as you can see here, I got to a point in which I managed to be friendly with China. That was my initial plan all along, to neutralize this border by being friendly. Unfortunately, a few turns after this, China is going to attack me by surprise. So this is the first thing that doesn't work with the diplomacy system here. You can totally get attacked at friendly status by anyone, not only warmongers, not only, let's say, Montezuma or I don't know, Tomidis or some warmongering leader, or Gorgo, or one of those. Anyone can attack you. Queen can definitely attack you at friendly. In another game I got attacked by Teddy Roosevelt at friendly, and he was in my continent, so I think according to his first agenda he shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, he's supposed to be more or less peaceful when you're on his continent, I think, and he attacked me anyway. So if you get the fact that you can be attacked at friendly, and you put it together with the fact that research agreements on Civilization 6, they're really not as good as they were on Civilization 5, because you just get a boost, and you can get the Eureka boost anyway through other means, so it's not really such a big deal. They come too late, so the value of this boost is just a couple of turns, because at this point you probably have a lot of research anyway. Yeah, it's not a big deal to get research agreements in this game as it was in Civilization 5. So, if research agreements are not so good, and this guy can attack me at friendly, as he eventually did, by surprise, I mean, what's the point of trying to be friendly with the AI? There is no point. I have no motivation to try to be friendly with the AI in this game. So this is the first thing that doesn't work. Second thing that doesn't work, so if he attacked me once by surprise in the early game, and then a few turns later he attacked me again, even at friendly status, I know that he will keep attacking me for some reason. Maybe we are too close or something, and he will just keep attacking me. So either I build a huge army, which I will not use if I'm not at war, which is obviously a pain. Even if you get the civic that, okay, I don't have it right now, I will have it later, the civic that gets you -1, so you don't pay maintenance for archers or warriors or early units. Even if you don't have to pay maintenance for them, if you have to build an army just to stop them from attacking you, that's a lot of turns you lose in production, which is very expensive in Civilization 6. It takes a lot of time to produce anything in this game. So, you will want to use that army. So either I get a huge useless army, and maybe after that I still get attacked, because these guys have more production than me on DD difficulty, so they will have a bigger army than me anyway, if I leave them alive with all of their cities. Or the only other option that I have, if I want to stop them from attacking me, is just taking their cities. So if you want to play a peaceful game, because this diplomatic option doesn't work, your only real option is to take their cities. Okay, So why is England hating me at this point in the game? I don't even remember. Oh, she is her agenda. Okay, fine, that's okay. Anyway, as I said, the only thing I can do is attacking them, keep getting their cities, or at least a bunch of them, so they get really, really weak. And at that point, even if I don't have a great army, they won't attack me because they will be too weak. So let's fast forward in time a little bit. Okay, so now we are on turn 133, and as you can see, I got apart from this these three Chinese cities here, I found out that China had a couple of cities down here, and I also took them. And I only left one Chinese city, so obviously they are not going to attack me ever again. They are too weak. And I'm thinking at this point, okay, this is enough. I got 5 cities plus my 5 cities. That's 10 cities, more than enough to win the game. And yeah, I have coast for seaside resource because I'm going for a cultural victory, and China also had some wonders, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe this war wasn't so bad after all for me. And yeah, but I don't need anything else. I don't need any other wars. I need to develop my land to be able to win the cultural victory. However, Russia attacked me. Sorry. So Russia attacked me. Why did they attack me? Well, because I'm keeping Chinese cities. That's why. I'm keeping 5 cities, and that gives you at this point 100% points of warmonger penalty. Okay, I know it's warmonger penalty because I have it with everybody. So here minus 100, my warmongering, everybody has the same stuff. So this penalty is with everybody. People who don't know China, like Pericles, he doesn't know China, so he has no way of knowing that I took cities. So yeah, this is kind of ridiculous, but yeah, he somehow knows that I'm a warmonger, even though I actually didn't attack anyone, and he doesn't know China. So how does this work? Who knows? Who knows? How about her? Oh, she denounced China, so she didn't like China. But still, I get the warmongering penalty for taking Chinese cities, even though she actually denounced China. So yeah, whatever. How about this guy? This guy is okay. He doesn't care about China, I think. Oh, and he didn't like China either. But still, he attacked me for taking Chinese cities. Okay, so this whole situation doesn't make sense. Okay, in Civilization 4, which was the last Civilization game that had a really good diplomacy system, except maybe for the peace vassaling, but that's another story. Anyway, in Civilization 4, if you attack someone, their friends are going to hate you, but their enemies are going to be very much okay with you attacking them for obvious reasons. But it's not like that in Civilization 6. Everybody hates you. So Russia declared war on me, and I decided I'm not going to go for any of these cities with walls because it's going to take too long. But these 2 southern cities, they are very weak at this point. I just conquered them. So I found out that Russia had 2 very small cities over here. Sorry, the one here with I think 1 population, another one in the coast here with I think 3 population or something like that. Those 2 cities don't have walls, so I'm thinking I can take them, weaken Russia a little bit, and that way I guarantee that Russia won't attack me anymore, but I can still leave the core of the Russian Empire untouched, so Russia is still more or less relevant in the game, because I really don't want to destroy anyone else as I already destroyed China. So I'm going to get a couple of borderline cities here in Russia, a couple of very small Russian cities, and that's all I'm going to do about this war. Then I'm going to sue for peace and get some more money from Peter, and that's about it. So this is turn 133, 425 AD. I'm at war with Russia, and I already finished my war with China. Let's go ahead in time. So now it's turn 149. I've already made peace with Peter, and as you can see, I took these 2 cities I was talking about, Smolensk and what is this? Vologda. Okay, so whatever. 2 very small cities here that didn't have walls, and the core of the Russian Empire is still there. And I made peace. So at this point, I'm never going to take another city in the game. Okay, I took these 2 cities that I didn't even want, and they didn't really help much in the end. Just because I want Russia to stop attacking me, so I can neutralize all of this side, just in case England decides to attack me. Because Victoria is getting really strong. She has a lot of cities. You can see here she took Hong Kong as well, and I don't know if she's already at war. Yeah, she's already at war with Gandhi. She will eventually take Madurai and Delhi. Okay, she will take these 2 cities from Gandhi before making peace with him. So she's very strong, and I have the feeling that she might attack me at some point in the future. So I need to make sure that not only that China doesn't attack me, but also that Russia doesn't attack me again. And I think with these 2 cities, it's going to be enough for that. I don't really need to destroy the core of the Russian Empire. So I'm not going to take any more cities until I win the game. Okay, it's not going to happen. At this point, turn 149, it's 760 AD. Let's try to remember this year. Okay, 760 AD. This is the last time I take a city, and now I have warmongering penalties with everybody. Minus 120. Okay, this is the highest point of my warmongering, because I'm not going to take any more cities in the game. Let's remember Pericles still haven't met China, and he's not such a good friend of Peter, but it doesn't matter. The warmongering penalty for taking cities is the same regardless of who are you taking the cities from, and what's the opinion of this guy about the guys I took the cities from. It doesn't matter. He still gets me this warmongering penalty, even though he still doesn't know China. But yeah, as you can see, the number is the same with everybody. Okay, then we have something extra with China, for example, because we are occupying some of their cities. But the general warmongering penalty for keeping cities is the same with everybody, which obviously doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This guy doesn't like Peter, by the way, but he still got more angry with me after I took Russian cities. So, you know, that's just how the game works, and it doesn't make any sense. That generic warmongering penalty just doesn't make any sense the way it's done. That's another thing that simply does not work. Anyway, as I said, 760 AD, this is the last time I will ever take someone else's city. Later in the future, what's going to happen is that I start to believe soon before I win the game, I have all the wonders that I need, and I think, okay, England is very strong, they might attack me. No, I remember what happened. England attacked Toronto. And obviously I was the suzerain of Toronto. I will be the suzerain of Toronto until the end of the game, obviously, because Toronto is awesome. If it's in the game, you have to be suzerain, because it's a great, great, great bonus. So I was the suzerain of Toronto. And England attacked Toronto, and I don't want to lose the city, obviously. I don't want to lose that huge bonus that I'm getting. So I use that as a casus belli for a protection war, and that one doesn't give you any new warmongering penalties. The warmongering penalty for protecting your city-state is 0, so I'm not going to get any new warmongering penalties. So when I create that army to attack England and defend Toronto, so England started moving their troops, so Toronto managed to stay alive. And I took Jakarta, as I was planning to do in the beginning of the game. I took it very, very late, but I finally took it, and I released it. I liberated the city of Jakarta. So I lost, at that point, I think my warmongering penalties were around 50 or something like that. That's going to be almost 100 turns after this, by the way, or maybe 80 turns after this or something like that. I still had a huge warmongering penalty, but I managed to move some of those numbers down thanks to liberating Jakarta, and then I liberated Delhi as well. I didn't liberate Madurai, but I did liberate Delhi, so I gave Delhi back to the Indian Empire. So let's fast forward in time and see what happens when I'm about to win the game. So it's turned 250, and now it's 1695 AD. So more than 900 years. This is standard speed, by the way, so almost 100 turn, almost 100 turns, sorry, and more than 900 years, almost a millennia after the last save file that I show you. So as you can see, I didn't take any more cities. Situation is still the same over here. I'm about to win. Next turn I will win a cultural victory, as you can see here. So this is the last turn of the game, and Madurai is English, they took it. Toronto managed to defend itself, and I gave Delhi back to India, and I liberated Jakarta, as you can see here, although Pericles took it from me almost immediately, but I don't care. Anyway, the main thing I want to talk to you about is that I'm still being denounced by people, for example, in Pericles. Okay, so let's remember Greece is over here. I don't have any borders with them. I never had a conflict with Greece or anything remotely similar to any kind of conflict with Greece. I was trading with Greece for most of the game, not only sending trade routes, but also giving them luxuries, even for 1 gold, doesn't matter. I gave this guy very cheap luxuries, and he still hates me. So my relationship is here, really, really bad. However, you can see in the points now that my warmongering, because I liberated an Indian city and a city-state, is only -4 right now. Still, I have a warmongering penalty. Okay, so 900, almost a millennia after I took my last city, I still have a warmongering penalty. So it takes forever to fade. And it only faded until -4 because I liberated the city-state and I liberated an Indian city. Otherwise, it would be even more than this. It would be even worse. Even though, as I said, the last conquest I did was almost a millennia ago. Almost 100 turns, that's a lot. But still I have a warmongering penalty. And that's it. This is because of his agenda, obviously. And then this is because of their agenda, so these two are eliminating each other. And then they like that we liberated the city and that we have same government and so on. So if you do the math, you quickly see that here I have +6 in total, okay? So yeah, 8, 10, 16, -10, so that's +6 in total. This is a positive outcome. So why are we here? Why are we so bad here? Because this reflects the recent history of our relationship, or more or less recent. Actually, it reflects a bunch of centuries, but I don't know the exact numbers, okay? But this is the history of a relationship. This is not updating in real time as it did in Civilization 4, when, you know, if you have +6, you would be neutral, and +8 I think would be please, and then +10 would be friendly or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it doesn't matter. This could update in real time, so you could see at any moment exactly, thanks to these numbers, you could see exactly how you were with an AI. In this case, we're not seeing this. This number is positive, but my relation is very, very negative. My relationship is very, very negative. So these numbers, effectively, they're not really useful for me, because I don't remember what happened the last 50 turns to know why I am here. Why am I here? At this point, the game is not telling me why am I there. Why am I here if this is positive? Because of the past. Okay, but the game is not giving me here the past modifiers that are putting this relationship here. So, and there is no way I'm going to memorize each one of the relationships for the whole game. It won't happen. So I have no way of knowing exactly why this is here. I have a vague idea of why this is here. I had a huge warmongering penalty for many turns, so it's going to take a long time to get here. But I don't have an exact idea of how. I don't have an exact idea of what do I do how many turns of good relationship do I need to move this thing back here. So this won't affect my game. This won't affect my game in a practical way. There's nothing I will do to affect this, because I don't know exactly how it works. It's not giving me modifiers it's not giving me the numbers in real time, and I need the numbers in real time. In Civilization 4, I could use these modifiers all the time to know, oh, I need to do this and that in order to be friendly with this guy, and it worked. You could take decisions that directly affected your relationships with other AIs in real time, okay? But now I can't, because this guy has been hating me for hundreds of turns, and he won't stop hating me because of what I do in the next 10 turns or in the next 20 turns. It won't happen. So I really won't play my game based on this, because my influence on this is just too slow for it to be really relevant. Even Gandhi, I gave his capital back, okay? But this guy is still unfriendly with me. I gave his capital back. Oh, can I do this? Oh, look at that, I can do that. Okay, fine. Whatever, he wasn't letting me do that when I was denounced, and I'm only stopped being denounced like 2 turns ago. So that's why I didn't have an embassy before. Anyway, now we have the embassy. Awesome. We have another +5. Cool. Only this did the move, because whatever I do in this turn is not going to move this until 10 turns later or 20 turns later, so who cares? So yeah, we still have -5 for mongering with Gandhi. Okay, so we have one more than Pericles apparently. Oh yeah, they are apparently declared friend of China, so now they hate me because I have Chinese cities. Even though I conquered these Chinese cities more than 1,000 years ago, when he was not friend with China. So yeah, apparently we are ruled by the diplomatic relationships of the past. You know, it's like, this is like I don't know, like England denouncing Norway nowadays because of what the Vikings did. What the Vikings did 1,000 years ago. Okay, like who gives a shit what happens 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago? Nobody gives a crap about that. But in this game they do. So awesome. So even with this, so anyway, I have a positive balance, obviously, thanks to this +20 here. I have not very positive actually. 10, 19, -24. So yeah, slightly positive, but still I have almost, yeah, like +10, +11. Okay, whatever. I have a positive balance here, but I'm still unfriendly. Okay, so I gave this guy his capital back, and I'm still unfriendly with him. How is this motivating me to be nice to other AIs? It's not. I'm not going to consider diplomacy at all for my decisions in this game. This doesn't work. This moves too slowly. This should be much more real time, and they don't even need to imagine how to do it, because they already did it well. In Civilization 4, these numbers worked. They gave you a very clear idea of where you were. You couldn't have a positive thing here and then unfriendly. Okay, that's not how it works. If you had +10 here, you could be friendly. End of story. So these modifiers, they need to be real time. This stuff here needs to move real time. Otherwise, it will not affect your decisions at all. They cannot be hating you for stuff that happened 1,000 years ago. Okay, the modifiers need to fade with time much faster than they do now, which also happened in Civilization 4, by the way. They faded with time after war, and it did happen after a few centuries. You couldn't have any modifiers for that war. So yeah, all of this stuff needs to change. Okay, all of this stuff needs to change because it's really not working at all right now.